So let us start with today's episode of Plant Physiology. Now, what will be the learning outcome of today's Plant Physiology? So as it is a vast lesson, we have divided it into different small parts so that we can grasp each and every part in a very nice way. So today we will be discussing about how roots are adapted for absorbing water. Now at the end of this lesson, we will also know that how the adaptation in roots for the absorption of water and minerals is happening. So these are the two main topics we will be discussing today. So let us start with today's topic. Now here we all know about the importance of water for a living being, whether it is a plant or an animal, but specifically the importance of water for plant we will be discussing here. So if water is important for plant, in what ways? So first we will take for photosynthesis. So photosynthesis, water is used as a raw material for the synthesis of glucose. So we all know that for photosynthesis, water is used as a raw material. Now what happens in transpiration? Transpiration, it is used as a cooling agent. It cools the tree in warm weather and for generating a pull or a suction force for the movement of the sap. Okay, is it clear to all? Now third one we can tell for transportation. It helps for the upward transportation. So when the water is being absorbed by the roots, the water helps to transport the minerals from the roots to different parts of the shoot system, and for food manufacturing, that is for the photosynthesis. So these two are interrelated. If the water is being absorbed by the root and it is helping in transportation of minerals, and it helps in the food synthesis during the process of photosynthesis. Is it clear? So this is the third point. Now the fourth one is it provides the mechanical strength. It helps to maintain the turgidity that makes the plant's tissues stiff and gives them strength. So to maintain the turgidity of the plant, to maintain the plant tissues, that stiffness is obtained from water. So the four main things for which water is important is photosynthesis, transpiration, transportation and mechanical strength. So these all we are discussing in relation to the plant body. So let us move on to the next one. Now here we will see what are the importance of minerals for plants. Now let us see this picture. So this is a pictorial representation. Now here we have done a water culture experiment showing the various experiment jars. So in each jar some mineral is absent. So here first jar is distilled water. So in distilled water, what is happening? There are no minerals. So hardly any growth of this plant is seen. So this is a plant which is not growing at all. Now in the next tube vessel, we can see that no nitrogen. So what is happening? Very little growth. The next one, no iron. So the leaves have turned yellow. The next one, absence of magnesium mineral. There also very poor growth and yellowish colored leaves. So the pigmentation, the chlorophyll, where is it gone? So some problem is there, right? So due to absence of this single mineral in each container where the plants are being cultured, we can see several differences in the growth of the plant. Now in absence of phosphorus also the shoots are very weak and the roots are also very weak. Now here comes the last vessel where there is normal water which is full of nutrients, and we can see a healthy plant growing out with both the root and the shoot system which is very healthy and which a normal color of the plant, green colored plant is being grown. So these are the deficiencies which are caused if the plant is not having minerals. So let us see how it is affecting the plants. Here, importance of minerals, as we have discussed in the previous slide through one pictorial representation. Right here we will see what was happening. So for the movement of substances through the cell membrane, calcium is required. So in absence of calcium, that movement of substances will not happen. Now for respiration we need iron. So if you can recall the previous slide, we will see that the leaves were yellow in color. So respiration was not happening properly. In absence of phosphorus also, the cell division was not proper. So the plants were not growing and they were devoid of growth. Now in absence of potassium and magnesium, they are activating actually the enzymes. So enzymes were not working properly. Now magnesium again is important for making chlorophyll. So in absence of chlorophyll, what was happening? The leaves were becoming yellowish in color. And nitrogen, we all know that they form parts of proteins, nucleic acid and chlorophyll. So this is the main importance of minerals for the development and growth of a plant. So minerals we all know are present in the water and they are being absorbed through roots. So water and minerals are being absorbed through the roots of the plants and they are transferred to different parts of the plant body. So I think till this it is clear to everyone. So if by any chance you are having any doubt till this, please don't forget to ask in my comment box. Do write it there so that I can answer you. So let us come to the next one. Now here we will see that how the root is adapting itself for the absorption of water. Now this is the root, this is the root cap and these are the root hairs. Now inside this root hairs we can see this green layer is the epidermis. So we can see that the roots contain root hairs which provide enormous surface area. So root hairs are extending out of the root which are providing enormous surface area to the roots, and this epidermis of the root hair is permeable to water. So this is also helping in absorption of water from the soil. And as we all know that root hairs give enormous surface area, so they are also absorbing the water. So what is happening in general? So here we are continuing that. What is happening? The root hair, this is the root hair. See my pointer here. This is the root hair and root hair contains the cell sap. So what is a cell sap? Now there are large vacuoles in the plant cell which contains a solution called cell sap and which contains dissolved salts. So therefore the surrounding water is getting absorbed to this inside of the root hair, so which is at a higher concentration than the surrounding water. So the water from outside is being transferred to the inside of the root hairs. This is done by what? It is passing through the root hair layer called the epidermis. So this is acting as a semi-permeable membrane. So this all terms we will be learning in the coming slides. So this process of transfer of water from the soil to the root hair is called osmosis. So from outside to inside the root hair, the water is being transferred. Is it clear to everyone? So this is the soil particles, this is the root hair. So water from the soil particles is being absorbed to the root hair and which is having large vacuoles, and the cell sap is there which contains dissolved salts and therefore of a higher concentration than the surrounding water. So it is clear to everyone, children. Can we move on to the next one? So just let us revise once. So the water from outside is being absorbed to inside the root hair as the concentration inside the cell sap is higher than that of the outside, and it is passing through a semi-permeable membrane here. So this process is called osmosis. So now we will be discussing about several processes and several important terms. Now we will be discussing how to absorption and conduction of water and minerals occur. So they occur with the help of different processes like diffusion, osmosis, imbibition, active transport, turgidity and flaccidity. Now each one of this topic is quite vast, so we will be discussing it into small episodes, and today we have only discussed about or named the processes which helps in the absorption and conduction of water and minerals. So in the next video we will be discussing about diffusion and osmosis. So we have discussed about how the plants they require water and minerals. Why do they require water and minerals? Today we have discussed about how roots are adapted for the absorption of water, and only we have discussed about the main processes which help the plants to take the water from the root and conduct it to the different parts of the body. So this is all for today's this episode. Now next we will be posting in the next video. So if you are liking my channel, please do subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to like and share so that your friends can also get benefited from my videos. So as of now, thank you and keep updated with my post.